Hello, my name is Ilea, also known as the New Soups, and I'm so excited to be starting the baguette jacket. Okay, I have my yarn. I picked up my yarn last night. I've got this beautiful, gorgeous yarn. This is Cascade Yarns Friday Harbor in color 13. I just looked it up and it's chili pepper. Chili pepper is the color. It says it's a weight 4, but the lady at my yarn store said that it does knit up like an Aran weight. The gauge is closer to Aran weight, which is good. That's what I'm looking for. The baguette jacket calls for a bulky weight, like a bulky and a lace held together, but I don't want to do that. And most of the patterns seem to have Aran weight yarns. So I'm gonna gauge swatch and find out. That's what I am getting ready to do right now, is cast on for the gauge swatch. So I am so excited about that. Were there any other, this is 80% merino, 20% silk. So it has this like really nice dense feeling, which I think is going to be great. My goal for this project is to have a jacket to wear at work, have a cardigan to wear at work. So if it's a little bit like thicker, denser feeling, that's great for me. I think that will be really awesome. What else? Initially, I went in thinking that I wanted to get a brown color, but then I saw this beautiful red and it spoke to me. So that's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna do red and be fun and interesting. Anything else? I have done cables before, but this will be my first, I don't know, major cables project. I've never done cables on a sweater. I've only really done them on socks. So this will be a big, a large scale cabling project. I'm super excited. The jacket looks so beautiful. I really haven't been able to stop thinking about it since I saw the pattern initially. So I'm gonna do my gauge swatch and here we go. Sometimes I think that I should be better about having a super aesthetic background. I look at all these knitting videos with their super aesthetic backgrounds and then I show up and this is just an authentic look at what my life is. That mess in the background, that's just how it is. That's just how I am. So you get to see that. You get to see the real me. Okay. Ugh. Where did you come from? There's a ladybug. Is he dead? Is she dead? Oh, ooh. I don't know if I should show you that. Okay, I finished my swatch for the baguette jacket. Wow. Jeez. Okay, I dropped my yarn. All right, swatch done. I haven't washed it yet. And the reason is I don't want to, but I really should because how else are you supposed to know if it actually is the size it is? But part of the reason I'm scared to block it is because it's, in its current form, exactly hitting gauge. So what if I wash it and it changes? Which of course is what I have to know before I go into this project. God damn it. Okay, so anyway, here she is. Beautiful. This is the moss stitch swatch, with moss stitch for the swatch. That's what the pattern recommended I do. So beautiful. I'm gonna be so brave and I'm gonna block it now and then find out if it's good to go. I'm kind of feeling like it will be good to go. I think I'm gonna make the size 1 because it looks like it's a little bit oversized, and based on the final measurements, it looks like maybe I'll measure my arms and see how long it ends up being, because I think some people adjusted the arms on the sleeve. I am rambling. Anyway, that's what I have to worry about. Also, I was a little bit worried that the moss stitch texture would get lost in this yarn, but I think it's okay. And it's not like the whole jacket is in moss stitch, so it'll probably be fine. All right, I'm not gonna be a baby about this. I'm gonna be very brave, wash this and block it, and then continue on with my project. Okay, thanks for checking in. Hello, it is January 10th. I finished my swatch, I blocked it. I was agonizing over it, and then I realized that I'm probably going to make the smallest size anyway, so even if it grows a little bit in blocking, it'll be fine. The pattern, the smallest size in the pattern still has like 20 centimeters of positive ease, so I'm not super worried about, let's see, size 1, which is the size I'm making. The like bust circumference is 46.9 inches in the final garment, which is plenty of ease for me. So that's gonna be fine. I'm just gonna make the smallest size. It's supposed to be an oversized, kind of like an oversized jacket. Anyway, so I don't know why I was so freaked out about that. It's okay. And it grew just like maybe 1 stitch, so not a lot, and nothing, like I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about that. Okay, so here we are. Which is the right side? This is the right side. This is how we are looking so far. It's fully charted. I don't know if I completely realized that when I started this, but it's fully charted, and so I had this moment of looking at the pattern in full today and seeing the chart. I had not followed anything to this degree of detail before, so I have my iPad open with the chart, and every single row I'm marking it off on there so I don't get confused. So that's how it's going so far. I have to go to dinner soon, but I wanted to do a little bit of check-in. I was a little bit worried that the texture wouldn't really show up on here, but hopefully it is. I think it is. I think I have to work a little bit more and see how I like it, but I think I do. I think I like it. Okay, so it's January 10th. It's like 5 o'clock in the evening. I don't know how much more I'll get done on this today, but wanted to check in. Hello, it has been a few days. It is January 13th, Tuesday. And I feel like I simultaneously feel like I've made a lot of progress and like I've made no progress at all. Hang on, let me get the cable out of the way. Here's where we're looking. I feel like pretty good about this. I think the texture is showing up. I think it looks nice. I think it looks good. If I sound apprehensive, it's because I made a mistake in one of these, like, sorry, I feel like I just hit the mic with a needle, but this part, let's see, not the normal cable, but this part next to it, it's all made up of single stitch, twisted single stitch cables, and I messed up on this one right here. I think what happened was I just like started the cable repeat 1 stitch over but didn't notice it for a few rows, so I had to ladder down 3 rows of single stitch twisted cable and fix it, and that was so scary. So I'm now just coming down from the adrenaline of that, and I did an okay job. I don't think it's perfect, but it's at least they're mostly in the right spot, I think. I think they're like mostly going, I don't know, it doesn't really look right when I'm looking at it, but I feel like I had that issue with the other one. Yeah. Anyway, oh my God. So that's been my experience so far. But anyway, let me show. So imagine this is on my back. Ooh, sorry for the mic. Get some nice yarn ASMR going on. This is how big it is so far. I'm almost done with the increases. So that seems good, right? I mean, it's like it's wider than my shoulders. This app I'm using my row counter because it syncs your stuff, it's in theory supposed to sync your projects between your iPad and phone and PC. If anybody knows of an app that can do this, that you can like import a PDF and write on it and it will sync between all of your devices, and I don't have a Mac, so it has to like sync with a PC somehow. It doesn't have to, that would just be my ideal. Like, let me know, because I'm so mad at this app, my row counter app. Like, why doesn't the pen tool work? How come sometimes when I use the pen tool, it moves it up? And why is it a square pen? Again, you'll have to excuse my energy because I just had to fix an error in here and I'm feeling stressed about it. Maybe I shouldn't have filmed this check-in, but I wanted you to see the real, authentic feelings that the baguette cardigan is giving me. Anyway, overall, I feel pretty good about it. I'm frustrated with the app, but what can you do? So one more look at this. One more look at it. Please enjoy the cabling. I really, really love how this center part looks. I was a little bit worried you wouldn't be able to see the texture with this yarn, but what do you think? Do you think you can see it well enough? I think you can. I think you can see it well enough. Okay, so that's my check-in. I think next check-in will probably be when I finish this ball of yarn. I have this much left. That feels like over half of it, so I have a lot more to go. But oh my goodness, I'm trying not to get discouraged because this part so far has felt like it has taken me a very long time, and this is nothing. This is nothing compared to what I have in store. But let me say some encouraging things. One of the reasons I'm making this project vlog is because when I was wanting to start this project, it was hard for me to find a project vlog. So let me say some encouraging things. First few rows, very scary. I felt like I could not take my eyes away from the chart, or I would immediately forget everything that I'm doing. Now, the wrong side is like, I could just breeze through the wrong side. It's so straightforward. I love it. The right side does take more brain power, but I'm like, I understand how the cabling works. I know what to look for. I feel pretty good about that. As long as I'm paying attention, I don't mess up the twisted single stitch cables, and they can look pretty good. I love this like standard cable here that just, every time I get to it, I'm like, I know exactly what I'm doing. And like, that's a nice reprieve from the rest of the pattern feeling a little bit outside of my current skill set, but I like to challenge myself, I guess. So, okay, that seems like a good update. I every time I sit and look at it, I really like it, and I like, I'm making it, you know, like I feel relieved, and then sometimes when I'm in the trenches, I want to throw up. So, there you go. Just nothing but honesty from me. Why is it that whenever you're trying to finish a ball of yarn, it just goes on forever? Hi, it's me. Wow, that sounded like, what a great intro that would have been if I had done that. Okay, I finished my ball of yarn. It is, what's today? Today is the, wow, I feel a little flustered. Today is the 18th. Today is the 18th of January. I finished the first ball of yarn. I gotta back up. Here's what it looks like. Here's one ball of yarn, and there was already a factory like knot in it. So whatever, there's that I have to deal with. But that's ball 1 done. I've caked up ball 2 and I'm ready to get to it. I'm very excited. I think now that I can see more of the pattern, I can really tell. I think that the cabling is gonna pop nicely. Wait, I don't wanna, I put it over the mic. Hopefully you don't sound too muffled. But this is the back. Let me see, I'm only maybe 8 rows away from picking up for the sleeves, or the shoulders. I'm super excited about that. It's going well, it's slow going. I'm trying to be okay with that. I was feeling a little bit, I think I'm feeling a little bit daunted by it because it's taking me so long. So it's been a little bit challenging to get myself to work on it because I can put in so much time and nothing, like it seems like nothing happens, which is why I make sure that I update my like progress keeper every time that I start, so that at least I can know and say, okay, I did 1.5 inches. It felt like nothing, but at least I did 1.5 inches. Okay, so I'm feeling good. I really want to pick up for the shoulders because I think that will make me feel more accomplished, but this is good progress. And when I think about this in the context of like how much work it is compared to the size of my body, then I feel pretty good about it. So, all right, that's my check-in. On to ball 2. Okay, it's been a few days, but I do want to update you on the baguette jacket before I'm leaving this weekend for a few days, so I won't have time to work on it, but I've done what feels like a lot of work over the last 2 days. Today is January 22nd. It is Thursday. Okay, pardon the floor filming, but look at this. Oh, look at that. I even put it on the same cable. So, wow, look at that. I picked up for the right shoulder and I did all of this. We started the button band. I did my very first buttonhole today. This is how much I've worked from today. From there up to here, amazing. I'm so much more comfortable with the pattern that I can do it while I'm streaming, while I'm live streaming. Which has definitely made a big difference in how much work I'm able to get done on it. So I really love how, now it's hard to show you because I put it on the same cable, but like one of the things that really drew me to this pattern was that the cable design connects over the shoulder. So this is the shoulder, like back of the shoulder, and the cables like keep going. And I just think that is so pretty. So here's how everything's looking. Here's how the cabling is going. I think it's like, I really, really love it. I think it's turning out so well. And I'm so excited. Like this, I know last time I was saying I was feeling a little bit discouraged, like, oh, it's just growing so slowly and I don't think I'll ever, what is that? I don't think I'll ever get there. I'm never going to do it. But I feel so much more, like in the last 2 days, this is my day 2 days ago marker. So I feel like I've just made a lot of work. It's really starting to look like what it's going to look like for real. And I'm really proud. I'm getting so excited about it. I won't be able to work on it for a day or two, but I'm gonna bring some yarn and make some socks. That's gonna be my car project, is making some socks. So that'll be good. But okay, that's my baguette update. I will see you in a few days. So just kidding. I had to cancel my plans because of a polar vortex evil snowstorm sweeping across the entire nation, so I'm still at home. And here's me out in 0 degrees Fahrenheit, trying to get a few rays of sunshine so that I feel a little better. Can you believe that everywhere else in the nation it's polar vortexing, and here, I mean, it's very, very cold, but here it's sunny and clear and frigid. Okay, we're going out for a walk because I don't know, something about the weather makes us feel like we should go outside.
It's true. Sunlight.
Oh my goodness. Shout out to the Sophie hood for keeping me actually super warm. Wow, my face is so cold that like it's hard to talk.
I wish I had a Sophie hood.
Hello. I've been procrastinating on making this check-in and I don't know why. Also, whoa, how's my hair? Okay, so here's the update, okay? I don't know why I'm dragging my feet on this. It's not hard to set up the camera. I'm just being lazy about it. Okay, this is very exciting update. Technically, which is in the technical sense, the only sense that matters, I have joined the shoulder pieces to the back panel. Okay? See? Technically, I haven't done that's still just like a backwards cast on extra loop there. But hey, technically, it's there, okay? I feel very proud of that. Here, shall I put this on? I can actually put it on. Put this on in the most chaotic way possible. Look at this. Can you see? Are you kidding me? Look. Oh, I was trying to figure out if I could get this on just one long cable instead of a Franken cable. That's why it's like all bunched up. But look at that. Technically, I can wear it like a jacket. And now I have to work back and forth flat for a long time. Well, here's my plan. I'm going to work back and forth flat, you know, make this longer for one more skein, and then I'm going to do sleeve, sleeve, collar, and then finish the body, I think is the plan. I actually don't know how far another skein will get me. Like maybe well, no, it'll probably get me like mid stomach, whatever, I'll find out. So that's my plan. That's my plan. The reason that I have, okay, today's January 30th, so it's been a few days since my last check-in, and there's a reason for that. Basically, it's because I was finishing these socks, and I really, really, really wanted to finish this before February 1st so that I could say that I did 2 pairs of socks in January. So I basically stopped working on this so that I could speed run sock 2. And now all I have to do is the toe on this. I'm going to do it tomorrow because I've knit too much on this today and I never want to look at a sock again. But then after that's done, I can go back to this project and work on it some more, and I'll be so excited because have I said that I'm really excited to wear this and like have it done. So that's my update here. I also need to okay, so I finished that round. I finished connecting. Okay, so I connected the back and front, did the backwards loop cast on for corner. This is how much yarn I had at the end of that skein. So I feel like a god. So I need to, you know, join a new one and keep working, but I have to wind it. And I kept thinking, I can't wind it until I finish this sock. And I just have to focus on the socks so that I can get stuff done. Whatever, it doesn't really matter. The point is, here's where I am now. And I'm so excited, and hopefully I get a lot. I think I want this to be done by the end of February, which does seem possible if I stop doing socks instead. I did 2 pairs of socks in January, and imagine how much I would have gotten done on this if I wasn't exclusively making socks. It doesn't matter. All knitting is fun to me. All the projects I've been doing have been very fun. Whatever. Okay, so that's my update. Now you see where it is. It's January 30th. I'm almost done with January, and this is how far I've gotten. It's okay. I don't need to be fast. I just need to be having a good time, and I am. Okay, see you next time. Hello. It is February 20th. I don't know when my last update was, possibly at the very beginning of February for this baguette jacket. But I ended up getting some wrist pain. Turns out if you knit for extended periods of time, perhaps through all 3 Lord of the Rings movies, and you don't really take any breaks and you don't do any stretching, you might give yourself a little injury. So I had to take a break from knitting the jacket because there's a lot of twisted purling going on in that jacket, and I think that was really hard on my wrist. Like specifically, I knit Continental. I don't know if that would make a difference, but the twisted purling was just really difficult for my hands. So I put it down for a while. I just picked it up last night. Let me show you. I just picked it up last night, and I picked up for the collar, and I did the first, I don't know, 8 rows for the collar here. The collar looks enormous. It is supposed to be a jacket, so, you know, maybe it is going to be enormous, but it's also supposed to have a folded collar, and right now I don't want to do that. I just want to do like a not folded collar, but that might be because I don't want to work on the collar. Couldn't tell you, but that is something that I'm struggling with. But I kind of feel like I should just do it to pattern, and then if I like, maybe I'll put a lifeline in at the fold, and if I don't like it, I'll pull it back out to there. Let me put this on to show you. I don't know how different it's gonna look from when you saw it before. Whoops. Since oh, jeez. I don't want to drop stitches. Okay. It's my first time putting on a jacket. I make that joke every time. Okay, there we go. So the reason I really wanted to work on the collar, whoops, sorry for bonking you. The reason I really wanted to work on the collar was to get a sense of how the rest of it's gonna lay, like how long I should make it, how much the collar will kind of, you know, I don't know how much adding the collar will affect how it looks. So I'm doing that, and that's because the collar is just 1x1 ribbing, which seems to be mostly fine for my wrist. It's my left wrist. I've been doing all sorts of stretches. I have these little things that my friend sent me to like stretch out my wrist and get stronger. You know how it goes. So that's, you know, I'm trying to take care of my wrist. But the other main thing that I did to take care of my wrist, did I finish talking about the jacket? And then we'll talk about what I did to take care of my wrist. Anyway, so folded collar, I don't know. I did the last buttonhole. I just did the buttonhole last night, so it's right here. And I'd have to do like another several, like maybe another 3/4 of an inch to put the buttonhole in the middle of where that collar is. And then I have to decide if I want to do a folded collar or not. Again, I should probably do it to pattern, but then I look at all of the projects on Ravelry, and I think I like it as a not folded collar more. But also, am I just being a little bit lazy and I don't want to do all that? Who knows? Anyway, I haven't done any more on the length probably since I showed you. I can't remember. Here's how long she is right now. My hip bone is like right here, so I still think I could do like another inch or so. I don't know, another little bit. Where's my hips? Like here. I'm actually thinking I'm pretty close to starting the ribbing for the body. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe I need a little bit more. But I do want to do the sleeves next. I'm going to do the collar, sleeves, and then come back to the body just so that I have all of the information that I could possibly need. But that's how she's looking so far. I am really excited to be working on this again. I do feel a little bit discouraged from my wrist hurting. But lesson learned. That's what I was saying when I went to my knit night. Like, hey, I'm your warning to make sure that you're taking breaks and checking in with yourself, or otherwise you might give yourself an injury and then you can't do the knitting you want to do. Okay, I think that's everything I have to say on the baguette for now. The one thing I did to help my wrist was I was like, I'm going to learn how to knit English style, and you might be noticing this very cool hat that I'm wearing. What is this hat called? Hang on. I should know this. I looked at the pattern enough. It's a free pattern from Pearl Soho. Okay, it's called the Wide Rib Hat by Pearl Soho, from Pearl Soho. It's free pattern, and I have some worsted weight yarn. I use the Lion Brand wool ease solids. It says solids, but then it says forest green heather, so whatever. I knit this English style, which was so difficult for me to learn at first. Obviously, I'm a continental knitter, and this was kind of blew my mind. When you knit continental, you tension your yarn with your left hand, and when you knit English style, you tension your yarn with your right hand. I am right-handed, but I knit continental, tensioning my yarn with my left hand. And so when I switched to English style, my right hand felt like it had never done a task in its life. I felt so awkward and like just uncoordinated and clumsy, and that was very frustrating. But apologies for the whatever hair is lurking underneath this hat. But you know, I did it. I knit this whole hat English style knitting, which is a new skill to me. My friend Jam has a like little monthly challenge in their Discord, and the challenge for February was to learn a new skill, or the winter challenge was to learn a new skill. And here I am learning English style, so there you go. Turns out my tension is still snug, still pretty tight, even when I'm doing English style, so maybe that's just who I am as a human being. So that was what I worked on when I wasn't working on the baguette jacket, but now I'm back to the baguette, just very carefully, and hopefully everything will be fine, and I will just become so strong, and my wrist will be super strong, and I will never have any issues again, and I will go back to knitting so much. So that's my update. Check in with you next time. So I've done the the collar, and this is the button band where I picked up from the top of the button band. So it has you cast these off, and then, you know, in pattern around to here, and then cast these off, and then these are all still live, so this part is, you know, gets double and folded over, but not the button band. I guess it just stays at the length it is now. Good morning. It is the next day. I finished the collar yesterday, and I did the folded brim, or not folded brim. I did the folded hem because I asked all my friends, and they said, you better do that folded collar, okay? And I did. And I actually really love it. I'll put it on in a second. When I went to go, well, could I put it over this? Look, it's not attached to any strings right now, but I kind of feel like putting it over a sweatshirt that I'm wearing over another shirt that I'm wearing over a t-shirt is like a little bit too bulky for you to get the true sense of what this looks like. Whatever, just imagine that I wasn't wearing so many layers. I love how this collar looks. Sorry, I'm trying to see. Am I in frame? I love how this collar looks. Actually, I did put a lifeline in. You can see the little lifeline strings hanging out here just in case I decided hate it and pull it out. But I actually really like it. It gives it a lot of structure. And there you go. So that's the update for this morning. I'm gonna do sleeves next. The collar, okay, so the collar around is 111 stitches, and I thought that's gonna be so many stitches. The collar is gonna be huge, but it really like pulled it up and cinched it up a bunch. The only weird thing is like here, is it the button side? One of these sides, like it ended up kind of connecting bizarrely. I'm hoping maybe like blocking will help it, or just like help it relax, or it's gonna have to be buttoned always forever in order for it to like not look weird. But then also my friend said that I might be able to just like sew it down or make it not stick out weird. Anyway, that's the update. Let's do a little spin for you. I love it, and now I'm back to being really excited about it and wanting to like get the sleeves done, get the body done, and have this jacket to wear. I'm excited about it. Hello, it is March 3rd. I've been working very hard on the sleeve, and I have a quick update for you because I have something very exciting to tell you. Look at this, gorgeous. Okay, first of all, can we admire how much sleeve I've done? This feels like it's taken me about 100 years. But the exciting news is that I have finally memorized the cable repeat. So I probably could have memorized it earlier, but I felt like I needed to keep track of my rows, so I was just following the chart anyway. But now that I've just been doing like small circumference for all of this, I have been fine. I learned it. I learned it at long last. So obviously I still have this sleeve to do, and I have to finish the length of the body. And I did go and pick up a 6th skein. I think that I bought 6 and saved a 7th. Anyway, I went and picked up one more skein just to make sure that I'll have enough to finish the body. It's hard to know. Like, there's my like jeans. Can you see that? No, you can't. There's the edge of my jeans, and so I want it to like go past that a little bit. Sorry for bonking you. So anyway, that's the state that this is in. And I'm feeling really good about the sleeve. I think it looks great. I think it looks delightful. And I hopefully will be done with the sleeve very soon. I'm on my 5th ball of yarn right now, I think. So one more for the sleeve, the other sleeve, and one to finish the body is kind of what I'm imagining. Okay, see you next time. Hello. This is a late night update from me for reasons that I will explain in a minute. I am very excited to show this to you, though. I don't know the last time I updated you on this, but check this out. Sorry, I have to check. Am I in frame? Can you see anything that's going on? I kind of feel like my lighting is really garbage. But I don't know. I'm just desperate to film this before I go and do something. Okay, here's my update. So both sleeves are done. You may have noticed. Both sleeves are done. Very excited about that. I hope I won't bump my mic too much. I'm an amateur. All right, let's do a little spin so you can kind of see what we're working with. I am very excited about this. I do think it's looking very good. I think it's very... Is this filming? What if that wasn't filming? Okay. I think it's looking very nice. I really like it. Here's my dilemma. Sorry, I bumped you. Here's my dilemma. I don't know how long I should make this. I'm just gonna pull up my shirt so that you can see where my jeans end. But this is the length that we have it right now. I apologize for my messy and chaotic room. Like I said, you're getting a last minute nighttime update before I have to go to bed. So this is how long it is right now. This is how long it is. So it hits like right at the top of my jeans, and then in the back, I kind of feel like it's a little bit lower than my jeans. Not really sure why that is. I don't know if it's just like, I don't know why, because when I lay it flat, I can get it to line up. Maybe it's just that this is further back on my shoulders than I expected it to be. Maybe when this buttons up, then it'll kind of like even out the back and the front. Let me hold it together and see if that'll make any difference. I won't be able to tell, so you'll have to let me know. When I watch this footage back, did that make any difference on, on like the back being longer than the front? I don't know. So what I'm going to do is I am going to put it on barber cord, or maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just leave it on the cables that it's on right now and block it, put it down to dry, put a fan on it overnight. Hopefully it will be dry enough in the morning, well, when I get back from work, for me to continue working on it, because I can taste the end and I want to be done. I am so excited to have this and wear it, and now that the end is so close, I don't want to not, I want to reach out and grab it. I have been having some wrist pain, so that has been like slowing me down. I'm trying to be careful. The other reason, so today is the 18th of March. I am part of a knit along, a Jacket January knit along with Tea Cozy Yarn Shop in Seattle. And it started in January and it is March, and I believe that it ends technically March 20th, which is in 2 days. So I want to, like, I should be able to, right? I should be able to finish this ribbing and be done with it, be like washed and blocked, ready to go. However, I still have ribbing to do, and that will probably take me a while. So I want to work on it tomorrow when I get home from work, and hopefully it's dry by then. But that will be good to know to wash and block it anyway, because I want to know how the sleeves are going to look when it relaxes. Like, obviously they're kind of lumpy right now. I want to know how the sleeves look. I just want to know how it feels. I want to know how it feels. I want to know how the stitch definition is. I'm kind of nervous about it, but I got to do it at some point, so I'm going to do it. There was another thing that I wanted to say. What was it? I don't know. Probably not important. So that's my update on the state of this. I'm feeling pretty good about it. I mostly have the whole pattern memorized now. I get a little bit iffy on the wrong side of these little twisted, these are like twisted cables, and on the wrong side I get a little confused because you have to do like twisted pearls and whatnot, and I don't always know where those go. But for the most part, I got the rest of it down, which is nice and allows me to work on it without using my entire brain and focus. So that's the state of things. I'm gonna go soak this, well, at least get this wet, lay it out to dry, put a fan on it, and be scared all night and all day tomorrow at work. And then when I come home, I'll check it out, and then we'll both find out together what it'll look like. Okay, that's my update. I gotta go to bed, so I have to get on this washing, blocking, and drying process. Okay, see you tomorrow. Hello, it is the next day. I'm done with work. I checked on the cardigan and it is dry, so I'm gonna try it on and we're gonna see how it fits now that it has been blocked and dried. Oh my goodness, this thing had so much air in it. When I was like trying to get it completely dry or completely wet last night, it took forever to fully, oh my goodness, to fully become full of water. Oh wait, I got a cable. Ah, spoilers, because the barber cord's in the way. I'll just put the barber cord over my front. That'll work. Okay, it already it already feels so much more chilled out and nice. Okay. I can't see it. So how is it? How does it look? The sleeves are great. The sleeve length, I was really worried about the sleeve length not being long enough, but now that, I think that's perfect. Can you see my hands? Hopefully you can like see how far that goes on my hands, like on my wrists. I think that's perfect. Here's a little spin of how it looks on me. And then I'm gonna go stare in the mirror and for a while and really think about it. But then we're gonna do the ribbing, because now that it's this long, I know that like it's past my pants line. Sorry, I'm burping. Past my pants line, which is what I wanted. So now I'm ready to do the ribbing, and that's it. The end is in sight. And buttons. I was gonna get really cute buttons from Holland Hoof, but I can't decide. And I think I just need to get like some temporary buttons to put them on while I agonize over what buttons to order, and then I can swap out the buttons at any point. I have like black buttons I could do, which feels kind of lame, but who cares? Okay, I'm gonna go look in the mirror, and then I'm gonna do the ribbing, and then, oh my goodness, I'm so close. I'm so close to being done. She's done. The baguette is done. I am so happy. I'm so happy. The sleeve length is beautiful. When my hands are down, it's like just through the middle of my hand. I went out to get buttons for it. I just went to Michael's, which had a horrific selection of buttons, but I picked up these little brown wooden buttons, and I think they look really cute. I really like wooden buttons, but I was so worried about washing the garment with wooden buttons on. But these were cheap enough that if they get ruined, oh well, I can put different buttons on it. So pleased, so happy, just like really delighted with it. Let's see, I have been wearing this like for the past few days, just kind of like seeing how it feels. Overall, it feels really comfortable. Every so often it feels like a little bit itchy on my arms. Maybe itchy isn't the right word. I can just like feel it, like it feels a little bit rough, but it's significantly less so than it was before I blocked it. So that's nice, and also I think will maybe continue to soften up kind of with wear and further washes. So I love that. I'm trying to think if there was anything specific that I really wanted to talk about. The pattern is beautiful. I love how the texture turned out. I love the cabling. I'm just like, I just look at it and admire it. Just so pleased with how this turned out. And this is another tile. This is another tile on my bingo board. So that's really great. I feel like I'm checking a lot of them off. Right now, which I'm very proud of making a lot of really good progress on that. It's today's the 23rd of March. So feeling pretty good this far through the year. What else did I want to say about it? I feel like that's it. I feel like that's what I have to say. I feel pretty happy, very pleased. I'm excited now that this is done. Like I'm in that perfect, amazing spot where I can cast on something new and like go pattern shopping and whatever. I also was part of a knit along for this, and I did finish the day that the knit along ended. This knit along was hosted by Tea Cozy Yarn Shop in Seattle, but I'm in Michigan. But it was really fun to participate. They did a jacket January that went through March 20th, and I finished this up on March 20th. I weaved in all the ends, put on the buttons, like everything was good. I'm featured in their Instagram post about all of the jackets with everybody else who completed jackets in this time from January to March, which is very fun. Like that type of camaraderie is really fun and delightful. I was really happy to be a part of it. And I know that I'm already thinking like, should I make another cardigan? I kind of really love this cardigan. I need to take a breather and do something easy. That's what I'm thinking. So there you go. There is the baguette jacket by Soumine Kim. I am so happy, so pleased with it. I was really intimidated by the pattern at first, but really by the time I got into it and figured out the patterning and the stitches and the cables and the charts, it was totally fine. It's very well written. The design of it is all really nice. Can you see how this like continues onto the sleeve? The cables line up over the sleeve, like these details that really make it feel very elegant and very put together. So that makes me so happy. I'm so happy with it. Thank you so much for watching this project vlog. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it's a little long, and I hope to see you next time for some more project vlogs, some more updates on what I'm working on. Hope you're having a great spring. Thanks for watching. Bye.